Chelsea. After beating Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League, qualifying for the quarterfinals in that tournament, they win today against Leicester City. And what did you make of Chelsea? And I guess the bigger question is, Janusz, is this it now? Is Graham Potter finally getting more of a grip on his very deep squad?
Well, I think their last three results have bought him a little bit of time, right? A little bit of stability. And there's a couple reasons for that, I suppose. Let's not lose the sight of the fact that Chelsea are still in the 10th place. So you look at the leads and you look at the result against Dortmund, which that one is, of course, big because that's kind of, the one goal that remains. However crazy, but I remember under Tuchel when he came in January, nobody thought they were going to win it. I still don't think that Chelsea are going to win it, but win the Champions League, that is. But they gave themselves a chance. You never know. Stranger things have happened. So he's bought himself time. I'm happy for him. You knew that period of time is going to come because it's a still good team. And let's not forget that today in particular, they lost a couple players in good form. And Reece James is always good, and Sterling wasn't available as well. So, I mean, that bench was even thinner than it normally is because there's so many big names missing from the lineup for Chelsea. But I thought it was good. Kai Havertz was good. I think one thing worth paying attention to is how much stability Wesley Fofana has given Chelsea in the back. And we remember Wesley Fofana before that injury coming in, massive difference. He's been good. He's been dangerous going forward on set pieces, good defensively. I think his recovery pace, his reading of the game has given Koulibaly a little bit of comfort because he's been a little bit better as well. And the other piece, of course, is one of my favorites, being a fullback, although you can qualify him any way you want, is Ben Chilwell. I mean, for me, the best left back, wing back / whatever you want to call it in the league. And not because he's superior in anything that he does, right? I mean, he's not the sort of player that will take defenders on one-on-one. He's not the one that has pace, but his timing and know-how in terms of how to get involved in the attack is second to none in this league. And I've been saying this for a while quietly because I know the haters will come out, but if you really watch him, and again, like Fofana, long-term injury, superb. Forget the goal today because, look, technically well taken, but I think the goalkeeper's got to be saving that. But I think if you look at Fofana, if you look at Chilwell, to me, they're more important than some of the bigger names on this team.
Yep, and Chelsea now snapping a streak of 24 matches without scoring 3 or more goals in any competition. They score multiple goals in consecutive games in all competitions for the first time since October 1st, October 16th. That's 5 straight, all wins. So Chelsea looking the right way. Leicester City, by the way, Janusz, only a point above the relegation zone. They demolished the Villa and Tottenham. They scored 8 goals in that process, and then they conceded 4 goals after that, and then they go lose again. Brendan Rodgers, is he in trouble?
Well, I think he has been. And today it wasn't actually all that bad, right? Remember that period of time before his second goal? I mean, they were looking the part. They were pressing. I mean, just imagine where would that team be without James Maddison? I mean, he was the one driving this team as well. The red card or 2 yellows to Wout Faes in the end. I don't know how important that was ultimately. But, he's been in trouble. I mean, that team is much better. He can't get the best out of them. They've had their issues with injuries, but who hasn't? And so to see where they are with that sort of a talent goes beyond us just saying that it wasn't an easy season. They've sold his best player ahead of it. They didn't buy the players that he wanted. In fact, I mean, they hardly bought anybody, right? Just one player. So I think that only goes for so long when it comes to Brendan Rodgers. He's lost his way, may just need a refresher. I think we all recognize the fact that Brendan Rodgers is a very talented manager, but I just wonder if he has to do it elsewhere because this team is too good and is not responding to him. Just quickly, because I've mentioned Ben Chilwell for Chelsea and Fofana, interesting Mudryk, right? I mean, coming in, playing in that central role, I mean, looked quite good. And if you look at Graham Potter, he's done that. If you remember with Leandro Trossard when he was at Brighton, kind of a false number 9, if you will. So that panned out for him as well. So fair play to Graham Potter all around.
Yeah, he had a good performance, Mudryk, indeed. And Potter looking more positive as well with his Chelsea. Last question on Chelsea. Can they make a deeper run more than the quarterfinals in the Champions League, Janusz?
Look, in the Champions League in 2 matches, it's not impossible. I really do. I mean, if they catch that momentum, now it's 3 games, 3 good games with stability, by the way, right? Scoring goals, which is important. Kai Havertz also looking very good in those 2 or 3 matches. Who knows? I'm not going to say, never say never, because as I've mentioned, Tuchel came in and Chelsea won the Champions League. Maybe different players still, but it's possible.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.